And this is an astrological reading for Edward Snowden. This is going to take 4 to 5 minutes. Born on the 21st of June 1983 at 04:42 hours Eastern Daylight Time in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. The only astrology words here are basic that are important are that Gemini with Gemini rising and a deep moon in Scorpio. The key factor in Edward Snowden's chart is the large amount of Gemini energy, giving him a great deal of versatility, adaptability, flexibility, intellect, communication skills, with Mercury on the ascendant, Mercury rising on the ascendant in Gemini. He can talk for a living, very good at mimicry, mime, very fast repartee, very quick stimulated mind. But with Mercury opposite Uranus and Jupiter in Sagittarius, there's always going to be the free thinking, the radical, the alternative, the futuristic, the novel, the cyber, the techno, the futuristic, very much so. Adds to this that there is a conjunction of the Sun with both Mars and the North Node in his horoscope at the end of Gemini, giving him a great deal of courage and power in his own convictions. Unfortunately, this conjunction of Sun, Mars and Node is opposite his Neptune, which on the positive side can create the aspect of the spiritual warrior, and on the negative side of the over-idealized fantasist and the addict. With the Sun opposite Neptune, there can be escapism. With Mars opposite Neptune, there can be physical weakness and intolerance, especially to virals, toxins and poisons. Add to this an extremely deep moon in Scorpio. Very good around things to do with public service. Very good at finding out, uncovering, digging deep, researching and resourcing. I can fully understand why Edward Snowden would be very good at what he was doing, but he would have to believe in it, and he would have to believe that it would be for the benefit of the people whom he thought he was working for. This is someone who appears, astrologically speaking, to have the courage of his convictions. What is different about his chart to most others is that his chart is being particularly aspected in an extremely powerful way now. Jupiter in the sky passed on his Mars and Node a week or two ago, opposite his Neptune last week, on his Sun yesterday. This is something that happens for a few days every 12 years. It is all around him now. Mars passed on his ascendant and his Mercury about a week ago. And in the immediate short term, there is a great deal of mystique. Who is this Robin Hood character who sets free information and gives it to the poor and can't be found? Which aeroplane is he on? What country will he enter? The intrepid masked traveller. This is the nature of his horoscope. There is a little bit of the Mask of Zorro and Robin Hood here. But with Jupiter passing into Cancer in the next couple of days, I imagine the trail will go cold for a day or a week. And then Mars will come along. And Mars will pass on Edwards, first of all, on his Mars and Node, and then opposite his Neptune. And this will happen in the first week or two of July. And then Mars will pass on his Sun around the 12th, 13th of July. Of course, this is all happening during a Mercury retrograde. And I doubt if we will see final resolution of this now until perhaps the fourth week of July. Fascinating chart. His chart is being activated right now in a way that it could never be activated like this again and never has been before. And it does make you question why sensible security operations don't employ astrologers to vet their people. This guy is an open book. He's a true believer in openness, transparency, and diversifying information. That's the way his chart is. Not given for something which is supposed to be kept secret. Don't worry, Edward. In less than a month, it's all sorted, one way or another.